Welcome back, adventurers. This week is packed with sailing stuff, like sharing how we anchor Expedition Barefoot. We also take you to a coastal village in Crete with a bottomless lake that is shrouded in mystery and intrigue about the inhabitants. And a Portofino update as we get the lowdown on what sails we really need and the controversial question, is the Code Zero becoming an obsolete sail? We are John and Ali, the Barefoot Doctors, sailing and travelling around the globe. Join us as we share the adventure and explore the beauty of the world, because life is better barefoot.
Having sat through 2 storms in the Bay of Spinalonga, we head down to Agios Nicolas to see the sights. It's only a short distance and we are not lucky with the fish today, but probably what might be of more interest to all you sailing folk is that the process we use for anchoring. We always discuss together the different options of where we're going to anchor. We let each other know what the depths are.
Guys, we are going to the front because we are at lookout. How's the depth? Okay, we got 7 meters at the moment, guys.
One of us is on the bow looking for unexpected rocks or dangers, and also seeing if we can see the bottom surface to know what we're going to be anchoring in. Mud, sand, rocks or weed. It makes a huge difference.
Should be able to see the colours changing from a darker blue to a lighter kind of turquoisey blue. I can start to see the bottom. I think it's like ripples of sandy, you know how you can see strips of sand, dark and light. He's read up on it and the pilot books, and now we can get the anchor ready. Okay. So we'll just prepare the anchor and just sort of have it touching the water so that when he says it's time to drop, we can drop. You want to go and check out that other place first? Oh, well, we better stick to where it's marked. Okay, do you want me to drop? That's 20. So now we've got to face the right direction and wait for it to dig in. John's going to reverse on the anchor so it digs in a bit more. Yeah, it's going forward and it's straightening. Straightening, straightening. So it's straight now. I think we're still going backwards. We are still going backwards, it hasn't grabbed yet. Yep, still going backwards, so closer to that boat there. Although we just had a click from the anchor, so maybe it's dug in now.
We're dropping the anchor and we're going to be moving backwards. As we move backwards, you pick a point like the aerial on that super yacht and compare the aerial on the super yacht compared to the trees or the land behind. You're looking at the side of your boat, you see that aerial on the super yacht. It's moving along past the trees, slows down as your anchor starts to dig in, slowing down, then it stops and you have the aerial fixed against the trees behind. Now if you take your boat out of gear, what happens is you move back in the opposite direction, because what's happening is the weight of the chain pulls the boat forward again. That's actually a good sign that your anchor's well dug in. When you get to that point of the anchor being dug in and you're not moving, you can then add a few more revs to whatever you're comfortable with to make sure that you don't drag anymore. And that, folk, is how you set your anchor. But you will see this strange thing where the people doing the anchoring are looking away to the side, they're not paying any attention to their own boat. It's all because what they're actually doing is checking transits to make sure the anchor's dug in.
So what are you doing?
Putting the bridle on.
This is a cat thing.
Yeah. You want to explain, Captain?
Sure. for a cat with only the anchor attached at the front of the boat. Hulls act like sails and the boat veers sideways significantly, first to one side, then it kind of tacks, jerks on the chain and sails back the other way. A bridle triangulates the chain attached to both hulls about 3 to 5 meters out in front, and this stops the boat from veering side to side because the rope of each side of the bridle pulls the boat straight as soon as it starts to veer sideways. You only attach the bridle after you know your anchor's well dug in. This bridle always falls off, so that's what we're having to pull it up from the front. And Elizabeth is an absolute master at this. It's only a little, there's nothing actually holding it in place, there's no clip or anything, so if gravity allows it, it'll just fall out, and that's what happens often when we're putting it down and up. So what we do, she puts it on, then I go over here and I grab the other end of it and give it a bit of tension so that it doesn't fall off as we lower. So now Elizabeth lowers.
And I just slow. That's where it usually falls off.
And when you're letting it out, you've got to let enough line out so that when that goes all the way up, there's enough chain to still have a loop. So all the weight's taken on the bridle and not on the chain. With these locks, they're actually a bit of a nuisance to undo, so we only ever lock one and leave the other one open, so that'll stop it from blowing open with strong wind, but it means it's quicker to open. Just a little bit of idea of what we do. You can do whatever you like.
When we sail and travel to different countries, we don't just share a sailing journey or a glimpse of history, culture, or local hotspots wherever we go. We like to go beyond the surface to uncover the hidden stories that make each place truly unique. From the fascinating tales of intrigue and mystery that lie beneath the beauty and charm of each destination. And Agios Nicolas is no exception. Nestled on the sun-kissed island of Crete, Agios Nicolas is a charming town where ancient myths blend seamlessly with modern allure. And at the heart of it lies the legendary bottomless lake, shrouded in mystery and captivating all who visit here.
Hey guys, well we are in Crete and we are where?
We are in Agios Nicolas. It's a little town on the north coast.
Actually it's a big town, but it's got some really cool attractions, and one of them is this lake behind us. But there's a lot of legend and mystery behind this lake here. Apparently back in the day, Athena, the goddess Athena herself, bathed in this water and rendered it
magical
and healing water and all sorts of things like that. And so, have you got any bits you want to hear? Because I could easily just push you.
Yeah, we tried that
in the lake.
before. We've tried that before.
We've done that before.
And also it's meant to be bottomless. It's a volcanic crater, and there's also stories of underground passages that lead to the sea. So yeah, very mysterious stuff. But this used to be this is the crater of a volcano. You can kind of see the high walls, high cliffs over there, and obviously blown out on the far side behind us.
As you stroll through the vibrant streets, you'll discover a bustling mix of quaint cafes, boutiques, shops and lively markets. Plenty of places to buy trinkets and treasures. Speaking to the locals, you get the feeling that they love that their town is surrounded by beauty, mystery, magic and intrigue. What secrets are really hidden in her depths? Perhaps this goose, the guardian of the lake, knows all.
There's the commercial port. There's honey.
This is what we looked at for a few days when we were stormbound. And the local waiter was telling us that it actually has been reported that it's bottomless. They've managed to report depths up to 140 odd meters with divers,
but they haven't found the bottom. But there's all sorts of relics all along the banks and things like that, which is like World War II cars and tanks and equipment and things like that that are along the banks, but they haven't found the bottom to date. And in fact, some locals believe that this lake is enchanted and is occupied by supernatural beings. There's many people that have witnessed supernatural phenomena around this lake. Things like really weird lights that appear in the lake from nowhere, eerie sounds within the lake itself, figures that have appeared, and also when people have strolled around the lake, the feeling that they're being watched or followed. So that's what's being locally transmitted from person to person, but it's not actually being documented, believe it or not.
So one of the must to do when you're in a new area, in a new town, is check out the local cuisine and do some serious tasting of all sorts of things that the area is known for. I'm just wondering now what restaurant or cafe my husband's going to take me to for some lunch.
Yeah, fell into that one, didn't I?
We're surrounded by the smell of baking fish and, you know, fresh garlic and things like that. So, yeah, I'm getting a bit hungry.
Okay, let's get lunch on. Let's go and check out some Cretan cuisine.
And also, we're in the anchorage. Just how far would you think it would be from this spot?
A few hundred meters.
Yeah, it's not far.
Yep, so it's good.
And so it's a gorgeous little town. So it's definitely worth a visit if you are in the area of Crete.
The seaside offers breathtaking vistas of crystal clear waters, perfect for that summer escape. Yet, it's the enigmatic lake, shrouded by tales of unknown, that remain the crown jewel of Agios Nicolas, drawing curious travellers from all around the world.
The only other thing that concerns me a bit still is the angle we get with the PFR, because we're basically going to have a jib and the mainsail for 45 degrees up to 70 degrees. And if we're in light winds and we're trying to get 45 to 70 degrees, we won't have a code 0. We can only use the PFR from 70 degrees onwards.
Yes, of course, I fully understand your point. You also have to consider that a code 0 is a sail that you will be able to use from 50 degrees up to 110. So you are really missing taking the PFR few degrees. Now, you are not racing. That 20 degrees where you are not optimized will really make a difference. If yes, together with the PFR, do an FFR, a new cut of sail that is giving you an angle that is more near to the 50 degrees.
Yeah.
The code 0 is like the symmetric spinnaker. These are two sails that are becoming gold, because the new cut are more performing, even if the quantity of square meter are not so big. It is not so important, the quantity of square meter, compared to the cut of the sail. Mm-hmm. The cut of the sail is more important than the square meter. So the FFR and the PFR, these are completely two new cut that has been developed on the ORC championship of 2 years ago, where One Sail did an unbelievable quantity of sail and consequently trial, throwing away something like 20 different sail, 20 different cut, and arriving to a perfect combination of angle and cut. So code 0 is like the symmetric spinnaker. It's a sail that is becoming gold. Also the material is completely different. The Code Zero is more heavy.
Yeah.
It's more expensive, consequently. The material is more thick. The FFR and the PFR are materials similar to the Genaker, so more light, more easy to handle, cheaper, more performing. If you really want to have a sail for all the different angles from the jib, I will go on the FFR and then on the PFR.
And I get the impression that the PFR, once you get to 70 degrees, the PFR will give you more power than the FFR. Once you've got the PFR up, it's a bigger sail. It looks like it's got more power. Is that correct, than the FFR?
It is, and also if you put a barber on the sheet of PFR, this will help you in better performing. You have also to consider that the FFR is a very light sail, so we stay in a suitcase without any problem. Have a suitcase from Sicily, transfer to Dubai. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It's not like a Code Zero or a main.
So guys, what do you think? Do we need an FFR to get better performance from 50 to 70 degrees? And what do you think about the concept that Code Zeros are becoming obsolete because the FFRs are cheaper, lighter and perform better? Is this the way of the future?
Thanks for coming along with us on this leg of the journey. It's been great having your company. And also to know what you think about the Code Zero becoming obsolete. Also, thanks to our awesome Patreons for helping us help others in need. Until next week, guys, hold fast to your dreams, for like the wind in the sails, they propel you towards endless possibilities. Thanks for joining us on this journey, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to be a part of an exciting way to save lives around the world, join our Patreon family and get up close and personal with us.